All right, guys. Hold up. Let me shut my phone off. Anywho, good morning. Sorry, I'm a bit late. Working on my fitness. I was working on my fitness. Oh, Lord. Anywho, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I was told is that I forgot. I forgot to set up this live stream. Hold up. We got to edit this for the whole comment thing. I believe I did it on YouTube already. All right. We're good to go. Anywho, what I was told is this is your opportunity. Opportunity for what? We're about to find out. We're about to find out, okay? We're about to find out. All right. So this deck. Put that there. All right. This deck. I'm slamming things. We'll make it simple. We'll keep it simple, and we'll just do this, okay? So as I'm getting these cards ready, I'd like to remind you guys, we do have this fundraiser that we're doing with Florida Indian River Groves. Oh, shoot. No, don't do that. If you'd like to support our ministry, Soulwork Synergistics, simply go to that link in the comment and you can show us some support. Your support goes towards all of these completely free programs that we are in the process of creating. And these programs are for our community, virtual, and we also are partnering up with quite a few different local organizations for their programs as well. So lots of new stuff. We also now have, thank you, Lindsay. We now have our apple bread available on our website, soulworksynergistics.com. This is, I love this apple bread. Like, I could eat the entire loaf by myself. I literally could. Don't worry about it. I won't eat it all. Okay. Let me just move these cards so that I can. Oh, Lindsay is on top of everything right now. I also have loaded the 4 divinity oils that we have ready for you guys. These come in a glass roller ball, very high quality oils, amazing scents, and charged like a mofo. Okay. Energetically charged like a mofo. Almost ready. That's a little too much. Put a couple of those back. Michael says, leave it in the deck. Anywho, it's a lot of cards, Mika. It's a lot of cards. Let's see where this goes. So this is your opportunity, okay? Your opportunity for something ridiculously profound. A window is being opened. That's the feeling that I get. A window is being opened for you. A window for what? We're about to find out. So this reading is really for anyone who resonates. Don't matter what it says on the title. It doesn't matter what it says on the title, okay? If you're someone who needs to abide by the rules of society, you're going to miss out on the messages that are appropriate for you because you're waiting for something to give you or someone to give you permission to receive your message. It does not matter what the title says for anyone's readings, anyone's videos, anyone's content. What resonates for you is always for you. Okay. If you're only going to take away one thing from this reading today, let it please be that. Right. I have a co-host here with me today. I'd like to introduce you to my co-host. Hurry it up. Hurry it up, girl. She doesn't like that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's chittering her teeth. I was too aggressive. I should not have kissed you with an open mouth like that. I should not have pretended I was eating your brain. That's what happens when you run in here. She ran in here. She ran inside here. She saw the chair. She sat in the chair and she's like, when are we starting? Right now. We're starting right now, Miss Choi. Miss Choi. Okay, go. Go. I upset her. I upset her because I pretended I was chomping on her. I didn't actually bite her. She's sensitive. All right. Let's for real get started now. It's a lot of cards, I'm just saying. Okay, chaos in reverse. It's this thing of like needing to really, really put everything, putting everything on the back burner that is not necessary. All of these things are being placed in your way to, as it's like a distraction. Like she's a distraction. She needs to get out of here. Everything is being placed in front of you as a distraction. And so you're needing to really just put all of that on the back burner. Focus on whatever the specific goal is. Okay. I think the feeling is all these different ideas are going to be used to kind of distract. Because if a window is opening, that window is not going to stay open for too long. It's not. It's not going to stay open for too long. So you're going to need to make sure that whatever it is, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream, whatever it is, you need to really, really, really focus on that. Okay. Understanding in reverse. So whatever this project is, you don't necessarily have to understand how to fully do it, is the feel that I get. You have to put action, but see, it doesn't quite make sense because it's like if it's a project, it's not a dream, then you kind of have to have some understanding of how to do it. Okay, so maybe it's more of you don't have to have an understanding to the degree that you prefer before you can move forward with it, right? You don't have to have that understanding to that degree in order for you to put action. You have to understand to at least a minimum degree, but not be an expert in it or be crippled by your fear of failure. I think that's the main thing, is being aware of whether or not you're being crippled by some fear of failing. Focus in reverse. Distractions, using your fears, your insecurities to distract you, using all sorts of different tactics to distract you. Nothing but distraction after distraction after distraction. That typically, when that type of tactic is used, typically what's happening is something that's going to forever change the trajectory of your life is being presented to you. And again, these happen for a limited period. You don't have this unlimited time frame to achieve things. Oh, we're going to get really real today. You have an unlimited time frame to dream, meaning there's no goals, right? There's just this concept. It looks good. It feels good. It's like one day, maybe one day. No, when you have goals, when you are actually now in the process of trying to achieve something, you're working within a time frame. You're working within a time frame. There is a specific amount of time that this window of opportunity will remain open. And then once it closes, you either have to wait until the opportunity presents itself again, or for some things, you don't get another opportunity. So, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Joy, stop. Okay, invisible. So it's almost like this thing of you don't want people to notice, or maybe you shouldn't allow people to know what you're planning next. What do you mean? Like, oh, lovely. Sorry, personal message. Wishing. Trapped. All right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay. It's a little bit of a blurred line between a personal message that I just received and the message that is being presented for as a general reading, right? So if this doesn't immediately resonate, then it's not for you. This message is not for you unless it immediately resonates. So don't try and make this fit, okay? So for some of you, there is someone who is wishing to be able to entrap you in an area, probably within physical proximity, because they're in this really just delusional sense of love with you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. So this is like stalker vibes. Okay. No, this is not twin flame vibes. This is just full on stalker, right? Stalker. It's like someone is trying to geolocate. Um, and it's not like a twin flame, twin ray type of geolocating. It's this thing of like they are actively trying to find clues as to where you are. So you have to be careful about posting where you are. You have to be careful about talking about the weather, talking about the environment, talking about events, anything that gives away your location. Okay. It might be even this thing of going so far as to, um, kind of try and get a sense of like what it looks like in the windows behind you. That's a light. That it's yeah, it's a light. It's an artificial light behind me for my plants. Some people be crazy. So that's the thing. This sense of an attempt to locate you. Okay? It's an attempt to locate you. Have to be careful. Don't post about the weather. Don't post that it's raining. Don't post, especially if it's like, or you choose it in your favor, and um, you could post something about the weather that's not happening anywhere near you. I wouldn't play games though. I would just never post about anything like that. Anything, any of that. I would not post about any of that. Okay. I would not post pictures of me outside. Never post pictures of the front of the home you're in, or the street that you're on, or the backyard. There, nothing, no identifiable anything. You should never, 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 and never send a picture that you took and text it to someone or send it via messenger and get metadata off of that has your coordinates. Okay. So careful, be very, very careful. There's a lot of just really weird craziness going on. Ooh, ew. I don't know who it's for. Something about an air tag. That's scary. That's really scary. Like an actual tracking device. Okay, I'm gonna just move forward. So you're gonna need to summon up your strength. You're feeling very depleted, right? You're feeling very depleted. You feel like you're not strong enough to handle this, strength in reverse, summon. You have to summon very, very, very deep within yourself. You have to call this strength up. It's about learning your self worth, it's about learning your actual power. Okay. And I was going to go to the gym by myself. I don't think so now. There was this creepy guy who was staring at me hardcore while I was working out. Yuck. Yuck. So, okay. So something that's hidden is about to come out. It's about to be released out into the world. I think it's something that you're creating. So here's the thing. Moon cycles and then containment in reverse, right? Containment in reverse. So it's this thing of there's a cycle. This is probably an opportunity that you had a while back that you missed out on, and that you're going to have the opportunity to do it again, but you have to time everything. Okay. You have to make sure you time everything the way it needs to be timed, and follow through. This is what I hear. Follow through. You need to have follow through with this. Feminine goddess. This is about needing to step into your creation energy, to really, really step into this space of like, sorry, guys, I'm just gleaning some information. Okay. So, really trying to step into your creation mode, creator mode, however you want to see it, and actively creating opportunities, actively choosing whatever options you need to choose from, right? And you need to make sure you're aware of all the different options that are being presented to you. So, alchemist in reverse, you can't alchemist this. Sorry. There's some things that you can, other things that you can't. This is about actually committing to a decision you've made, not just about creating alchemical change. Sometimes we get into this very deceptive narrative that was released years ago about the gravity of the way you can affect your environment. We all have varying degrees of manifestation capabilities. Okay. What I can do, you might not be able to do. And what you can do, I might not be able to do. So, to give you this sense of you're some sort of uh, sorcerer or sorceress, and you can just manipulate your entire environment to bend to your will, but you don't even know what your will is. You know what I mean? It's like we have to be careful about gaslighting ourselves into a false space of synthetic empowerment, where you're just basically telling yourself you can do something, but you can't actually do it. That's not to say, and I'm talking in general terms, Desiree. Definitely not telling you directly. Um, that's not to say that you can't affect the outcome, but the gravity of the effect on the outcome, it might not be what you think it is. So it can't just be this mental thing, because unless you've really, 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 um, shown yourself that you can affect things mentally in that way, then, like, don't lie to yourself about things. Don't pretend that you can do more than you can actually do. What I'm saying is, put in the work and the effort to cultivate yourself in such a way that you actually can, not just believe you can, but actually can. Like, for example, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I have telekinetic abilities. I can do telekinesis. Yeah, I can, but I can't control it. I literally cannot. I will be like trying to move a feather and giving myself fucking stressing the shit out of myself, and the feather will just wiggle, right? But another time, a huge full sheet of plywood fell off a truck in front of us. I'm like, nope, ain't got no fucking time for that today. Move the whole plywood to the side of the road with my thoughts. Can I do it again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That might have been a one time thing. I didn't want to be inconvenienced. You were not going to pop the first two wheels. You were not going to pop my front tires, and I'm rushing to get to a session. I don't think so. I don't think so. So that's the thing. I cannot claim to have telekinesis if I can't repeatedly do it with accuracy and intent. I can't repeatedly do that. Being honest with yourself is what empowers you, because if I wanted to be able to repeatedly do that, which I'm really not interested, then I would work on it until I could. I would work on it until I could if I really wanted it. I don't want it. I just don't. I don't want it. I know that should I need to use something like that for safety, I'm capable of. So then what's the point? It's not something I'm interested in. And if you apply this knowledge of where you're at within your capabilities to your entire life, really just, I think many of us are capable of way more than we realize. But also, I think many of us um, enter into this space of just regurgitating a lot of the things that we hear like spiritual gurus saying, and we don't really know how to do that. We don't really have the capacity to do that right now. And you won't have the capacity to do that until you put the effort into cultivating that skill. So, this is not me saying you'll never be able to do it. This is me saying work on it until you know you can at will. Okay? You have to be able to do something with intention and accuracy to be able to say you have that skill, right? There's a difference between a skill and a gift. Huge difference. Skill is something you can actively choose to harness with accuracy and intent. And a gift is something where it's like you have the capacity to do it, but maybe you can control it, maybe you cannot. So, really just allowing yourself to recognize where you are. This opportunity that is being presented to you requires you to know who you are and where you're at, excuse me, very intensely. Very, very, very intensely. Okay. So, high priestess, high priest responsibility, like really allowing yourself to become comfortable of, in this space of being able to see, right? Being able to see exactly what it is you're doing, exactly what it is you need, all of these different things. Um, Homeland and foundation. This is about calling things back home to you. This is about allowing yourself to really establish a sense of what your foundation is rooted in. Are you still in a space of fear, disbelief in self, right? So this is also carrying a secondary message. Okay. They cannot change the way they feel about you. They cannot keep it hidden any longer. You are this high priestess energy that they are just absolutely enthralled with. You are their homeland. They're afraid to really go through all of these different thoughts and memories, I guess, pertaining to you. I'm assuming this is someone that you already know. Well, maybe you know each other in a spiritual sense, but you don't know each other yet in a human sense. Maybe this is someone just from past life stuff. I want to be careful about talking about past life connections because for many of us, when we start thinking someone has a past life connection with us, we start to assume that they should have access to us. There have been quite a few people who have had a past life connection with me, and they like tried to murder me or actually successfully murdered me in a previous life. And with that, like they're still on their bullshit. They're still on their bullshit in this life. I mean, they're probably not going to try and, unalive me, but they're definitely not someone to be trusted. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Just because someone is part of, your soul's history does not mean you have a good history together. Be careful, use discernment, use awareness, and really, really observe. Okay. And you could totally be like, but I'm so drawn to them. I mean, I've never felt this way about anyone else. Okay, but honey, um, so here's the thing. I have this little quirk about myself. Like the people that I'm the most drawn to, like irresistibly drawn to, they're usually very dark and bordering on demonic. And then the people that are really, really good for me, that I'm really, really drawn to, I will be like, I need to watch you for like 2, 3 years to see what your intention is. I'm very drawn to you, makes me uncomfortable. Right? Right. So be careful. Don't allow yourself to kind of just fall into the trap of like, oh, you have a past life together. You have this karmic connection and no, no. Joy, no. Okay. So, yeah, this is what's causing them to be afraid to come forward. So maybe it's something like me, or maybe it's a message for me, or it's this thing of like a reminder that I hesitate way more when the person is healthy for me than I do when the person is unhealthy for me. I have a tendency to just like totally become friends, with people that I like. Yeah, no, stop. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. Okay. So this is someone who no longer wants you gone. They want to be in union and they want this fulfilled. Now there's a second energy. These two are distractions. You know that, right? These two are distractions. So there's this one, they want you, they don't want you gone anymore. And then there's this other one who respects stability and magic in reverse, like they're a hot mess and they're gonna try and come forward. Like y'all are making me hot. Y'all are making me sweat. My back is starting to sweat. Like both of these are distractions. I don't know. All right. You're not an innocent bystander. You're actively co creating something. through your participation or lack thereof, you're building something up. You're building up this situation, maybe in your head, maybe outside of you. I don't know. You're going to have to determine that. Okay. There was an attempt to interfere, but that attempt was shed. Probably because I was like, these two are distractions. You have other things you need to accomplish, because it's true. You have other things you need to accomplish. You have other things you need to accomplish. Okay. You need to redirect your attention. And this has nothing to do with past life stuff, no ancestral stuff, no, none of that. You have to make sure that you're focused on your in real life existence for now. Okay. There's a time, a place, a space, and a season. That's what I hear. There's a time and a place, a space, and a season to do ancestral work, card work, life work, inner child work, all of these different types of work. You will overwhelm yourself if you try and do all of these at the same time. So intuition and Tuyin. All right. So lots of attempts to prevent you from tapping into this opportunity. Lots of attempts. So Arcturian intuition in reverse, an attempt to prevent you from self-healing, an attempt to disconnect you from your higher self so that you won't be intuitively guided. You have to make sure you don't step into this space of self-sabotage. It's in reverse, so you might not see it coming, or it might be indicative of an attempt to sabotage your efforts that will be unsuccessful. You have to be aware, though. Okay? You have to use awareness. You have to use judgment. You have to really allow yourself to kind of step away or step towards the things that your higher self is asking you to step away from or step towards. All right. So this is not good. Parasitic in reverse, and I feel like my I feel like reactive airway. Hmm. Hmm. It's this intensity, not in my airway, this intensity and the energy of this parasitic card. Like something is really, 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 really wanting to be kept under the radar. I'm trying to assess if that reactive airway because I don't feel it physically. I feel it as energy of some kind. Not on me, but I'm wondering if it's someone else's experience. I wonder. I'm just getting started. Considering how far to take it. There's an increase in malignant intent of people. an increase. Tremendous increase in this malignancy that occurs within societies. The concentration of the malignant ones is increasing. Hmm. Hmm. Just observing the energies. Sorry for the silence, guys. Hmm. Fascinating. I've chosen to exercise my right. What right is that? To initiate a correction. I'm choosing to. Across the board. I'm not a regular type of soul. I'm aware. I've been aware since I was a child. I'm not a regular type of soul. I'm not a regular type of human being. I understand this. I accept it. Michael, initiate the correction. You guys might begin to feel vibration. Very mild. Give me 1 second. Joy, you might feel shifts in the pressure in your inner ears. You might also begin to feel some shifting within the pressures inside your head. Love you too. The sequencing is almost done. I'm not doing energy work on anyone. What you're feeling is me exercising my authority to recalibrate this space. From this point forward, you enter one of my live streams with malignant intent. If you're a malignant individual, your abilities will be turned off. You will not overcome this. I carry that level of authority within my veins. When I say I'm not a basic soul, that still doesn't give you the gravity of the type of soul I have. And just because I like to play basic, just because I like to remain in a space of neutrality and humbleness, it's because I like to. It's not because I'm incapable of anything beyond that. Sequence is complete. That means you're left defenseless. Not that you could have defended against me to begin with. What I'm saying is, the demonic things that you play with, the things you think you can control because of what? Use of sigils, because of what? Spells, incantations, flora. sacrifice of fauna. Whatever protection you thought you had, that's gone. Whatever darkness you think you're hiding, this malignancy, the evilness inside you, the people in your life will begin to witness it. I'm not afraid. There's a reason I use so much restraint every single time I live stream. You notice I live stream every day. You think, oh, you know my schedule, and therefore you can try every morning. I don't like to flex how strong I actually am. But when I tell you in energetic terms, etheric terms, spiritual terms, that I can fuck your ass up, honey, that's an understatement. It's an understatement. It's not even that you're testing me. It's that you're a little too efficient in the job you were tasked to do. And what job is that? To agitate me to the degree that I let go of my bullshit perception that I shouldn't do anything and I should just mind my own business. All you did was wake up the corrector inside me. You see here, here's the thing. You can't be a corrector to the degree that I am without knowing the intricacies of how energy and body go together. Why would I need to know the human body so well? It makes it that much more efficient to correct what needs to be corrected. Take that however you want. That's funny. There were 8 of you, now there's only 7. You should let your friend know, the one that left the live stream. I've already seen their face and I know their energy. It's cataloged. You cannot hide. You cannot hide from me. I do not need your permission to enter your field. It's a courtesy. It's simply a courtesy. Courtesies will no longer be extended to you. To say you fucked up, again, that's an understatement. As I said, you won't overcome this. It can't be undone. I'm not Blu-ray. I'm not Melchizedek. I'm head of cloister. If you don't understand the gravity of that, you're really fucked. It's time for me to take my rightful place in a space of guiding and leading. It's really time. For some of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel even more vibrations. Some of you might even begin to feel this sense of climbing altitude very quickly. Again, I'm not doing energy work. I'm releasing some of the restrictions that I've placed upon myself when it comes to how much energy I harness in front of the public. Mm-hmm. Releasing more restrictions. I'm not even calling it in yet. I'm just undoing some of the rubber bands that I used to really cinch in the pathways. All you did was make me sick and tired of playing smaller than how I actually am. That's all you did. You want to use me as a benchmark to see how strong you are? Feel your weakness. You should be afraid. Now, are you starting to understand the gravity of how much fucking restraint I use every single fucking live stream? How much restraint I consistently fucking put myself through so I don't retaliate? I'm not even mad yet. Yet. I'm just not joking anymore. You think you can handle my intensity? I promise you, you can't. So, am I clear now? Why it's not a good idea to fuck with me while I'm live? Am I clear now? Is that clear? Is it clear? So, free spirit, move forward and be fearless. You can't be a free spirit and move forward if you're upside down in your sense of what your spirit is. Okay? You can't. You have to know where you are and how you're positioned within your life, within your field. You have to get yourself right side back up before you can move forward. If you don't do that before you move forward, then, I'm going to have to be very, very just blunt and let you know you're not moving forward, you're avoiding. Okay? You're simply avoiding. You're not moving forward, you're avoiding. Moving forward is a specific type of movement, right? So you have to make sure, you have to just really, really make sure you understand where you are within yourself, within your life, all of that. I'll let you finish. Call in all the principalities. Don't stop at only a few. Call all of them in. Every single last one. I'll wait for all of them to arrive. I'm aware. You're reading from an ancient text. You think you can invoke principalities on your behalf to harm me? Call them all in. Send them all to me. Every single last one. You watching? You see them all bowing in front of me? You see me not afraid? I'm not even bothered. Sit. You see them sitting like a little lapdog because I told them to. One more. You see them running. You see them shaking as they run. Absolutely thankful that I didn't fuck their asses up before I let them leave. No books are even allowed to exist that contain the identity of my soul. You don't have the capacity to understand the type of soul that I have. All you're doing is wearing down my patience. Who else will you call? There's no other name for you to call. Who else? Who else would you threaten my safety with? Do I look like I'm scared? Do I look like I'm bluffing? Right? Mm-hmm. It's this thing of really allowing yourself to take this opportunity to recall all of your power back to you. I've been far too nice for far too long. Far too nice for far too long. We'll see how much longer I can remain nice. Might not be much longer. Might not. You're not going to dictate to me anything. Anything. You're trying to rack your brain. You're trying to rack your brain for the name, something more ancient, something more ancient. Honey, I was around when even the ancients were created. The only thing that I know of that's more ancient than me is my counterpart. Call that one in. I'll even give you his name. It's not his real name, but it's a name you can use to call him in to let him know I sent you. Let's see how that goes over. Yeah? Just let me know. If you want that name, I'll give it to you. But I promise you, the moment you say it out loud or even in your head, you'll feel his hot blade go down your throat, the entire length of your gullet. It's up to you. Blink once for yes, twice for no. You're speechless. You're much more tolerable when you shut the fuck up. You talk too much. That's evidence of your actual weakness. You clearly have never lived during the time of feudal Japan. You have no idea of the laws of Bushido. It's the only thing that's saving you right now. You should go ahead and eat some Japanese food today. Leave a big tip. Feudal Japan just saved you. All right. So being fearless, but having patience, allowing yourself to exist in a space of fearlessness with patience is extremely powerful. Extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. Because when you can be fearless without action consistently needing to be taken, then you've entered into this space of truly conserving and being very, very, very intentional with your energy. So you have to make sure, okay? You have to make sure. You have to allow yourself to be aware of some of the things that maybe you're not wanting to be aware of. You know, you have to be aware of the things that you're avoiding within yourself, because if you allow yourself to be aware, then you have to fix the things that you're very dissatisfied with. A lot of the times when we don't want to be aware, we're not wanting to take accountability for the ways in which we've selected things that have really dishonored our purpose, our energy, our sacredness, everything, right? It's okay. It's not about blame. It has everything to do with you really stepping into this space of taking full accountability so that you can retrieve your full power. Like your full power, right? Really just allowing. So communication. There's a communication that needs to take place between self and soul. There's an alignment that can't occur until the communication takes place. But it feels like there's also a communication that needs to take place between you and another person. Bray on Facebook, like, this is not a personal reading. Okay, this is not a personal reading. If you need a personal reading, please go to my website, emmyevolving.com, and purchase a personal reading. This is a general reading, okay? So card number 4, believe. Allowing yourself to believe in the goodness of you, but also allowing that goodness to come out, to be experienced by you. You don't have to withhold from yourself. You don't have to like restrict how much of what is rightfully yours is received by you. I think for many empaths, we do this where we don't allow the fullness of what is truly for us to be returned back to us. That's not going to help you, because it's not going to go to anyone else. It's simply going to be set aside and allowed to sit there to wait until you are ready to retrieve it, to reclaim it, right? If you think, like, for example, let's give the example of abundance. If you think that, when you deny your abundance, you'll be able to let someone else have that, someone who needs it more. No, Your abundance is strictly for you. That's it. For you. You can't give it away. When you actively claim it, you can share it. You can share it with people that you choose to share it with, but you can't actually give the whole thing away. It still stays with you. Okay? It still stays with you. So you have to begin walking your truth. And if your truth means you don't feel gratitude for certain people, for certain circumstance, be honest with yourself about it. You don't have to be grateful for everything. You need to be grateful for the goodness and the learning and the ways in which you're growing. You don't have to be grateful for the ways in which shitty people are doing shitty things. And because of those shitty things that shitty people are doing to you, you're being given the opportunity to choose that healing, to choose that growth. That is still you doing it. You don't have to be grateful for the shitty people who do shitty things. You see what I'm saying? That's not you being an ungrateful person. That's you understanding it is okay for you to have standards from which you can live your life. That you don't have to be a 7-Eleven open 24/7 for people to come in and take what they want. No, that is not sovereignty. That's martyrdom. That's martyrdom. You were not born to be a martyr. You just weren't. You weren't. You were born to experience the things you need to experience and learn the things you need to learn. Integrate that into your core so you can allow yourself. It's like picking up the little pieces. It's like this life and every life before it and after it contains Easter eggs, these little secret nuggets of truth, information that gives your soul even more clarity, more awareness. So a lot of the things that people are thinking um, about sovereignty, about accountability, like they're a little bit skewed, right? They're a little bit skewed. People who believe in sovereignty, who exist as sovereigns, will uphold the sovereignty of other sovereigns, right? If you think you're a sovereign, but you think you can invade everyone else because you're the sovereign and you're more powerful, that's not really how that works. Then that tells me you're not actually existing in a space of sovereignty. It's a faux sovereignty. It's a concept. It's an aesthetic for you, right? If you really truly want to be a sovereign, sovereigns will always uphold the sovereignty of others. Like a king recognizes another king. They might have issues, right? They might have issues, but they both know the gravity of what will happen if they allow those issues to become an even larger issue, right? They have to take into consideration all of these tactical things, military maneuvers. A king is not just going to be like having a tantrum. A king that can sustain a kingdom is not just going to have a tantrum and be like, invade that foreign space. I'm just saying. So surrender to the divine, but it's in reverse. This is telling me that for those of us that actually do need to surrender to our own divinity, you're fighting it, you're avoiding it. My lats are sore. I just felt myself flex it and they're sore. So the moon is like purplish, right? In this image, it's purplish, but if you look, there's blue right there and there's blue down there. is telling me something. There's a merger that's occurred on the dark side of the moon. It's something hidden. It's a full moon at that. So manifestation, the capacity to manifest intentionally, instantly, that has to do with it as well. An upside down lion and a right side up lion, right? So don't let pride get in your way. The lion that's upside down is really allowing their ego, their insecurities to get in their way. And then the other one, confidence is a key to your success. They're not allowing their ego and their pride to interfere. This has to do with this surrender to the divinity within. Mm. What day is it today? Let's see. Let us see. Today is back day. All right. Wait, is today Sunday? Saturday. Today is back day. We'll do it. We'll go. We'll go to the gym. I love back day. Step out of your comfort zone. You have to allow yourself to step out of your comfort zone and step into this space of really actively calling in, retrieving what is rightfully yours, placing it back in your hands, within your grasp. The answers you need are coming. They're already within you. It's upside down because they're already within you. These answers that you're waiting for, looking for, they're already inside of you. That's why the alignment between self and soul needs to occur. So that way you can receive all of the information that you're needing. Emotions are running high, bring love into the situation. So for some of you, the emotions that you're feeling has to do with this lack of belief of yourself. This is your opportunity. What do you want to manifest? What type of life do you want to have? What are your goals? I'm not even talking about dreams anymore. We're taking dreams and putting them a step closer to this coming to fruition, this manifestation, by calling them goals. The difference between a goal and a dream is a goal has a timeline. There's a time frame for which you're going to achieve things, right? So is there like a, let's see if I could find a competition. I think I want to do a powerlifting competition. I give myself 6 months. I think I want to do, I don't know if my joints can handle that. I know my heart can handle it. Say with your chest, but like my joints, I don't know. I'm going to have to be wrap the F up. Okay, here's the thing. Your dreams need a practical plan, but again, fighting it, right? Fighting the practicality of bringing to fruition the things that rightfully are part of your destiny. Did you know for some of us, we're meant to be rich? Oh, I'm not supposed to say that because it's not spiritual. 99% and 954. That's all nines across the board. That's all nines. And then it ends up to 9 because it becomes 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. It's across the board. Nines all the way through. Divinity. That divinity is just facing you, straight up facing you, right? You guys want to do a little something? Let's do a little something. So I want you to just breathe very deep and very slow. Okay. And I want you to pay attention to the feeling in your chest. Do you feel that in your chest? Oh, my hair is tangled AF. You feel that in your chest? And you don't have to feel that in your chest. But I want to know if you do. I'll tell you what that feeling is. I'm not pushing energy. I'm just asking for you to receive more clarity, right? To receive the confirmation that you're seeking. So Roxy feels their chest going to burst or bust. Bust it, bust it. Anyone else feel anything in the chest? Okay. Okay, pay attention to the intensity of it, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys ready to hear what that's about? You guys want to know why? So, those of you who felt something in your chest, I asked for you to be able to feel the coming home of your destiny, riches beyond your belief. So, what does that mean? That means if you felt something in your chest, it's part of your destiny to have financial stability beyond what you thought you were capable of. A type of financial stability where it's generational wealth. What am I trying to say? You're supposed to be rich in this life. Let that sink in. I wasn't doing any energy work. I wasn't. I simply asked for you to receive the clarity that you need so that you may tangibly experience where within your field your wealth is kept. Not everyone's going to feel it in their chest. Not everyone is meant to have generational wealth. For those of you that felt it, I'm telling you, I did not push any energy. I did not do any energy work. All I did was ask your higher self to allow you to feel the reality of your path. You're destined to be rich. Not so you can have material things, but because you're part of the group of souls that came here to displace the wealth from where it's distributed right now, where it sits. We are here as the displacers. We are the Robin Hoods of society. And how do we do that? By No. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to allow ourselves to achieve a level of financial success to the degree that we now hold the wealth. How? Because when you earn that money, you're the one that decides how you're going to spend that money. Sorry. So you have to allow yourself to really tap into whatever this is. This is your opportunity. I don't watch the news, but I probably am accurate when I say I bet you those motherfuckers in the news keep talking about, oh, recession this, recession that. Oh no, recession, recession, recession. Fuck those bitches. You know when the wealthy become even more wealthy? During times of recession. I feel the wealth at my fingertips. Just a little more work within myself to allow it to come home. Mm. You feel that? Do you suddenly feel like vibration across your entire, like the surface of all your skin, across your scalp? Do you feel that? Mm. That's my wealth. I'm almost aligned to allow it to come in. For now, it just sits outside my field waiting. I'm in no rush. I have to allow myself the time and the space to do this properly. And what I mean by properly is so that I have the time to experience the things I need to experience in order to develop the maturity that I need to develop so that I can be as responsible as possible with this wealth as I possibly could be. What you guys feel right now, that's my wealth. I can't stand your negativity at this point. I'm banning you. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, right? So it's this thing, what you guys just witnessed, what I just said. I'm having this lovely moment of really recognizing how much progress I've made and still being in that space of peace. Because usually, when I talk about this wealth that waits for me to be ready, it usually involves tears, and I feel so awkward and just, and I don't feel that right now. I feel just this peace and this stillness, this calm. And to see, a person who's nonstop been commenting on a different platform, um, kind of try and make my moment for myself be about them. Like, oh, I'm always wrong. Okay, well, you can be wrong on your own page. Right now, this is my moment to remain in my peace, my moment to continue to feel the goodness that I feel right now. Um, Not allowing myself to be shook from that, to be irritated or anything like that. Just really, I feel like I'm so close to being ready. So close. And I think once I'm actually ready, there won't be any type of announcements or anything like that. You'll just witness the type of change that's necessary. You'll see things happening at lightning speed, one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing, just change. This ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. And the beautiful thing is, I'm no longer afraid or hesitant to be at the very forefront of that ripple, like the face of the wave, right? The face of the wave. See, when a tsunami comes, the humans are afraid, but the earth isn't. Tsunamis only destroy and deconstruct the things that were never actually real. They were never actually part of this grand design called creation. Gaia doesn't get scared. She's not afraid. It's only water, after all. It's only water. It's only clearing away and cleansing. But for humans, like what's going on around the world, that's a very fearful thing, fear-filled thing. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's scary. But here's the thing. When you can allow yourself to see the progression from the perspective of your own soul, it becomes something so sacred and profound that the fear has no space to even be noticed. It's not that you have to get rid of the fear. It's that you have to have so much wonder and awe and excitement at the potential that's headed your way that there is no space for you to even notice the fear. It's like, wow, right? I used to have this thing, and I'm sure so many of you can relate, this thing of, but I mean, I'm just little old me, like what's so special about me that how would I do that? And I've shifted from that space of questioning in that way and shifted into a space of how quickly can I? What can't I do with this? How quickly can I make this happen? How efficiently can I bring this to fruition without risking the integrity of anything? I mean, that's growth. That's a type of growth that I will never stop being proud of. And I think once you reach that type of growth, you need to give yourself a moment to be proud of yourself, of the way you have really, 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 really. I feel all this energy rising up. Y'all feel that? Ooh. Ooh. Do you feel that? Damn, it's tingles that are so cold it almost hurts. It's like this cold energy is just entering in through every single pore. It's still going. It's happening soon. Not because I'm forcing it, but because I'm finally ready and willing. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I love this. So look, the energy is gaining momentum, but it's in reverse. This is not a bad thing. This is about the energy no longer needing to gain momentum because you're not fighting it. Energy would need to gain momentum if it's going to try and do a brute force entry into your field. You've opened the gates, the doors are open, the energy can simply trickle in. Ooh. It's time to release negativity. It's time to let it go. Whatever disbelief you have in yourself, let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Okay. All right. One more card. Ooh, card number 9. Lots of 9s. Divinity is definitely speaking. Love that. Card number 9, Our Lady of Passion. Ooh. I know the secret fire that burns in your heart. Even if you cannot remember it deep within, you will yearn for its excitement, energy, and direction. I bring you a gift of awakening to that passion within, a gift of remembering your purpose, a gift of energy, direction, and endless divine support to manifest your passionate purpose in this lifetime. Dare to dream of your fulfillment. Dare to dream of your fulfillment. I bring you the resources you need to succeed. Oh. I bring you the resources you need to succeed so that all of this planet may benefit from your heart, on fire with divine passionate purpose. You might believe yourself to be a very passionate person with a clear purpose in life, or you might worry that you're disconnected from a true sense of passion, unaware of what your particular passion might be. Either way, within your heart, there's a seed of true divine passionate purpose, and this oracle comes as a message that even if you think you know what your purpose is, there's a deeper awakening about to take place for you. It's absolutely confirmation. Your purpose is more than a job. It's your way of being, living, and giving on this planet. It's the reason you're here on this planet to fulfill your destiny and service to the great divine plan of love. You have the divine on your side. Is there a greater support and assurance of success needed? Your purpose is to become what you are. That is why no one can steal your purpose or live your life for you. Each of us needs to find our own way home to our heart and to liberate our passion to live our particular life path to the fullest. No matter whether our life path seems very spiritual or very ordinary, or more than likely a bit of both at times. Within every human heart, there's a divine passion growing and awaiting liberation. The uniqueness of being a divinely awakening human is to have the purity of spiritual light dwelling in your most passionately aroused heart. to desire, to give, to create, to connect, to express, to heal, to feel alive, to thrive. These desires come from a place within our heart that grows stronger as we mature spiritually. As the light within us grows, we cannot help but search for that which inspires us, that brings some kind of meaning and connection to our lives. Eventually, as our growth reaches a certain point, we want to help others thrive too, to build a world with hope, consciousness, and compassion for all living creatures. Once you have connected with the passion of your heart, to live that passion becomes a natural and essential and unquestionable as breathing. With Mother Mary's assistance, now the time for focus on your passionate purpose has come. This oracle brings guidance to your questions about your life path and direction are being answered. You're being asked to trust in what your heart shows you over time, just like a blossoming red rose, knowing that in time the fullness of the passion will be so alive in you that you cannot possibly miss what you are meant to be doing. How are you how you are meant to be living? The beauty and perfume of that manifestation will lift the spirits of others. If you are yet to discover your passion, this oracle heralds a time of awakening and asks you to pay attention to what your heart feels, over and above the opinion of any other, including opinions of your own that are based in fear or limiting beliefs, such as what should be for your age. You're asked to explore your heart messages and to pray for clear signs about how to proceed with this in a respectful, compassionate, and also free and open manner. The following healing process will help you do this. If you have a sense of what your passion is already, this oracle brings you a message that through the blessings and grace of the Holy Mother, it's now flowering into physical manifestation more quickly and substantially than ever before. Keep the faith. Pray for her assistance and know that you are on the right track. Even if there are subtle adjustments along the way, perhaps other strings added to your bow, your sense of where you are headed is correct and will unfold naturally, just as the rose blossoms into fragrant fullness when ready. Mm. This is like, oof. Mm. This is just, especially this line. Mm. I bring you the resources you need to succeed. So that all of this planet may benefit from your heart on fire with divine, passionate purpose. Mm. Like that line alone. It's like creation. Creation doesn't just hear your request. Creation doesn't just support that request. Creation is asking you to remember it requested you to exist so you could fulfill that request. During my mom's memorial service, I wasn't supposed to be the one to MC the service. It was supposed to be one of my cousins, and it was hard for her. And so I decided to just step in as the MC right as it was already happening. I decided to step in as the MC. And I hadn't prepared anything to say. It was hard. It was hard. And I didn't prepare myself to speak in front of other people, but I was like, I can do this. I will do this. I'm doing this. And I remember being up there at that podium and just kind of very, very quickly having this conversation with Michael. Like, what do I say? How do I honor her? And then coming to a realization, every single last one of us is a prayer that someone prayed before we ever existed. That someone who was alive at some point went to creation and begged creation for the answer to a problem that existed, for the cure to some type of sickness, some type of ailment. And in the omnipotence of Creator, the only solution that Creator could think of was you. And so then you were born. You came into being. And then you lived through a childhood that prepared you for the purpose you were custom created to fulfill. It's not about making the right decisions. It's about recognizing every single decision you make, whether you realize it or not, whether it's intentional or not, whether you see those decisions as mistakes, learning opportunities, however you want to see it. Every single decision you make takes you one step closer to this unavoidable reality of what your purpose actually is. It is absolutely inevitable. Every breath you breathe takes you one breath closer. The realization and fulfillment of your actual purpose. Life is beautiful like that. You don't even have to try. You don't have to try at all. You simply have to breathe. Allow. Believe. You have to allow yourself to believe in the greatness that you are. I love this. I love this. I love this so much. Looking back, it all makes sense now. Look back at your life, everything you've been through. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? How one bad thing led to a good thing, and that good thing maybe led to another bad thing or a neutral thing, which then led to another thing and another thing and another thing, until you got to the part where you're here with me right now having symposium between self and soul. This is your opportunity. It's your opportunity. Accept it. Let it come home. Bring it back home to you. This is your opportunity. This is your chance. This is your chance to have the life that you've dreamt of. You know why you dream of that life? That life that you dream of, you know why you dream of it? It's a constant reminder from your soul exactly what you're working towards. It's a constant reminder from your soul. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very, very beautiful thing. All right, guys, I'll be going live tomorrow, or maybe I'll go live on Monday for expedites. We'll see. I'll go ahead and create the expedites list. If you guys need energy work, if you need a reading, personal reading, you can definitely go to the event that I'm going to be having. I'm also going to do a 9/9 portal. So many different things going on with the energy, regardless of what happens. Don't lose your knowing. You can lose faith. You can lose hope. Don't lose your knowing, though. The knowing that everything will be okay. The knowing that after you're okay, it will be more than okay. Don't ever lose your knowing. All right, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for church. Bye, everyone.